Good Friday morning, y'all. This is History by Phillips. I'm Mr. Phillips. Just a little update. Most students today they're going to their home school to take a benchmark test, so good luck with that. You Edgemont students, I'll see you here momentarily, here within the hour or so. But the grade cards will be coming out next week. I am working on that. The issue I'm having is trying to find a fair way to grade the print packet students compared to the online students. It's been a task all unto itself, and just dealing with the print packets, it's been rough, I'll say the least. I'm still a new teacher myself. I barely know what's going on. But I promise you those grades will be coming out. I know some of y'all have been hounding me, or not hounding me, but asking about these progress reports. I apologize. I missed a boat on that. Blame me. Blame's on me. Don't blame Edgemont. Don't blame Central Office. Blame Mr. Phillips. I failed you in that, and I apologize. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse. I am working on them, though. I'm trying to figure out how to make it fair, to put a long story short, between the online and the print students. But no, I'm working on the grades. I haven't forgot about them. If I could turn my camera around, you'd see all my tables and all these papers scattered out everywhere. It's a mess. But I digress. U.S. history. You've got up to the Constitution. We're going to be starting with George Washington presidency next week and going into the Jefferson era and so on and so forth. We'll be kicking up. This will be more U.S. history based. I know we've been talking a lot about the Constitution and the fundamentals of the structure of the U.S. government. We'll be moving past that, but it's very important that the students understand how the government is set up, because if they do not understand how the government is set up, they're not going to understand the policies as they'll be being passed and why there's going to be a lot of tension between the states, namely between the North and South when we get to the Civil War and the issues of slavery. We'll be talking about the 3/5 compromise. That'd be a good thing. Go ahead and look up state rights, who favored states over the central government, so on and so forth. Science. I know you haven't had science class yet. I'm working on it, but we're finally getting to the point in science where I'm comfortable with it. I'm kind of a space nerd. In geological history, we'll be talking about plate tectonics, things of that sort. That kind of ties into my history degree, especially talking about big history. When I say big history, I pretty much mean history before humans existed, before we were recorded. It's an interesting subject of how we know what we know from the past, especially since we didn't have nobody around to write about it. But we'll be talking about that. I'll be giving little mini lessons on it. But basically, show up to your science classes, you'll be doing all right. The history, once again, we'll be talking about George Washington when he takes presidency. Once again, he's going to ride that fame from the French and Indian War, American Revolution, yada, yada, yada. He'll be riding that fame to the presidency. Well, believe it or not, we still get bells on remote days. But anyway, I digress. This has been an update. Big thing is, I apologize. I failed you on the progress report. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Don't blame Edgemont. Don't blame me. If you have a complaint, complain on me. Other than that, hopefully everybody has a good luck on their testing today. I do believe Cobb County has a game tonight at home against Morristown. Go Newport, and at Cosby, I'm sure they got a game. Go Cosby. Basketball season's underway. Go to the basketball games if you can. I know still monitor social distancing guidelines and regulations put out by the county and state. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. I just want to get a quick video out before we get the test started for today. For my online students, make sure you're checking Google Classroom, doing Edmentum, and do your essays. That's all I got. This has been History by Phillips. I've been Mr. Phillips, and I reckon I'll see y'all.